Okay, let's try this again. So, hey there, everybody. Let me put this up here. So, $147 day recap, and I definitely could have done better today. I got into the office this morning and was wondering if I should even really show up today. Got a kid who's throwing up, and everybody's got tummy issues, and so I knew I wasn't going to be on top of my game this morning. I'm kind of dragging this morning, but I came in. I'm grateful that I'm up $147. I definitely could have been up a lot more today. I left a lot on the table. So this morning on the watch list, let's see what I had. So Airbnb is always up. Sino I was keeping an eye on. I think I actually traded a few shares. Yeah, I did trade a few shares of Sino for a little bit of money. SCKT, ALJJ, I was kind of watching MYT and AACQ, but really the two major ones, Sino and SCKT were the ones I was really keeping a close eye on this morning. And here's a 1 minute chart of SCKT. Now, if this is too small for you to see on your screen, it opened at about 1034, dipped down to about 950, and then through the morning and then finally into the late morning here, it started to run up and made a high of 33.35. And the only reason I'm here long enough to see this move happen in the afternoon is because I was babysitting an entry on a large cap mover. I didn't have the number right. I averaged into 500 shares on CCIV at $38.76. $38.76. Well, I could just pull it up. Well, anyway, I was babysitting CCIV all morning and into the early afternoon here for a $522 gain, which is great, but I didn't trade CMLF well. GameStop is one that I took a stab at last week. It's either breakout or bailout. The thing, I only had 100 shares of it. It dipped down a couple bucks on me, and so I dumped it. There's a hedge fund management subscription that I have that recommended GameStop. They're at $52.50 roughly, and so I took the trade, and it's just not working out. And I'm not going to sit there and the stock only a few months ago was down at $4 a share, and I'm just not going to. I'm just going to get out of the trade. MSTR I also took a stab at. There you can see with 3 shares, pretty low risk. It went down roughly $19 per share. I let it go. I think I was in at 1,009 per share. Let's take a look where MSTR is now. MSTR is around 996. I had an entry at 1,005. It hit my entry and then bounced away just a tad. So I don't know. Anyway, I let it go. I was like, I'm not going to sit here and watch this thing go down either. Just break out. If it hits my number and turns around, and starts going the other direction, good. But if it's gonna just kind of bobble around and stuff, I'm not going to sit there and sweat it out. It's just annoying. And then you can see here, TLT is positioned. The day change there is negative 164, so I could have maximized that for sure. But I went ahead and took some profits on a short position here. This is the red denotes, that's day change. But anyway, I was short the TLT, and I let go of 40 shares of it just to kind of take some profits on it. It's made some pretty big moves in the past 6 months, so I'm letting a little bit go in order to show profits, which would help me really get above 147 on the day trade. Suppose if it weren't for that, I'd probably be down like $50 then, but on day trading. But I just went ahead and took some profits on it. Okay, so let's see what went right and what went wrong. What went wrong? I just wasn't. The first thing was like being prepared. No, that means like physically, present, mind and body in front of my terminal. I was here in body, but I really wasn't 100% ready to go this morning. With I kind of it's what I don't drink. I mean, I very very rarely drink, and I haven't had anything to drink recently in the past year or so, but. I felt hungover this morning. I kind of got in. I had a little bit of a headache and just felt like I was dragging, dragging ass. So it wasn't a day to take risk for sure. And it was there was a huge opportunity presented to me that I just did not capitalize it on at all whatsoever. I mean, look at this. I'll put the daily up. SCKT here. That's an enormous move. Opening at roughly 10, and there were plenty of cues on the 1 minute here. You can see the entries, and I mean they're beautiful and all over the place. Let's see, so it opened. Yeah, it opened. It ran up, so there's a gap and go, which I don't think that I played the gap and go. I don't remember. Anyway, there was an entry here at above, right there, $10 was the first really, really easily recognizable entry, right there at $10 for a move over the previous high. Went into a halt right here, I think. Let's see, 10,939. Yeah, went into a 5-minute halt here, opened up and just started ripping higher. And it went from $10 there to 13.34. I probably, let's see, on this candle right here is probably, I mean, I can only guess, but it came out of the halt and ripped up. And then this candle right here where it dipped down on this tail right here is probably where I would have exited. So I probably would have gotten somewhere around $1 a share on that trade. And then actually it gave a bit of a false breakout right here at 13.38, and then it ran up to 13.95. So it went to this level here and then pulled back, and then it popped up over this candle's high right here, so 1278, and then for it to move past, I probably, if I'd gotten in on this one, and the reason that I didn't get in is because I was babysitting CCIV, and so I got into CCIV kind of early, yeah, so, and missed the trade here. I had an entry at 1276. Obviously didn't take it. Wasn't paying attention to it, and then had an exit would have been for it to run up over this 1336 price right here, and then when it came back down through it, then I would have known this is a bit of a pivot right here, and if it when it started crashing through that pivot again in this price action, that would have been my exit. That's where I would have known to have exited. So I probably would have gotten somewhere between 1276 to 1337. So somewhere around 50 cents, I probably would have gotten off of that trade. Let's get that out of there. And then kind of bobbled around for a while, and did give actually some pretty nasty false breakouts right through here as it bottomed out. In fact, actually, I probably, if so I did trade it a couple times today. I'll bring the sheet back up. This entry, and this entry were the first two entries. And usually on a momentum stock, after the first two entries, it's done for the day, after the first couple of rounds. However, this was still only 20 minutes into the trading day. So if I were to have continued, let's take these off, get them out of the way. And so there were a lot of false breakouts on the way down through here. However, I probably wouldn't have been interested in any further breakouts in this period right here, because I don't trade. I typically don't trade past the first two breakouts. So I probably wouldn't have gotten stuck in any of this. So you can see here, this is a false breakout. This is a false breakout. Then it's working on bottoming through here. And, to call any of these breakouts, because see, there's no, and after, if it's going to go past the first two pullbacks and keep running, then it needs to keep getting past higher highs, right? And so I probably wouldn't have been interested again until I saw this thing pass $14. And that was probably where I would have tried to enter, but there was another halt right through here. 11:12 to 11:17. So when it made a new higher high on the day, it came out of a halt right here. And so there's really no way to get into the trade right there with a lot of confidence for me, so I just, I left it alone. And plus, I was still babysitting some really stupid trade I'd gotten into on CCIV. My levels on CCIV were not correct this morning, and I can show you in a minute. But then this thing went on to start making, new higher highs here, and has just been on a tear for the most part for the rest of the day. This is on a 1 minute basis, and then now it's recently kind of popped up. So I guess it's a big deal. This company just announced, let's see, the Socket Mobile launches first enterprise-grade scanners for Apple iPhone 12 series. I have no idea what that means. I don't know. I haven't done the investigation. It's probably pretty damn good news, obviously, but I didn't trade it. I think you can see here on Socket, realized P&L here on Socket is like 74 cents, $272, $1.49. Oh yeah, and then basically negative 100, and then positive 80. So I was essentially break even on that thing. Just not a good trading day for me. Especially if I were like, I really think that if I were feeling fully healthy, I would have traded this much better. There's no reason for me to have walked away from a stock that was making moves like SCKT did today without several $1,000s. Anyway, and I'm not going to continue. I'm not going to trade it. I'm really just quite content to be able to walk away with a green day today. Really. So let's see what it's a Sino. Yeah, I gave Sino a stab here. This is a international shipping company that is getting into crypto, and I don't remember my exit and entry on this one exactly. I think okay, here we go. So my alarm went off here when it stabbed through this $8.28 level, and I managed to get into 100 shares, pretty small. And I got into it pretty high at 842, I think. Yeah, I was in it. So I didn't have an order ready to go, and so it hit real fast down here and ran up and then came back down again. And I bought it. I think I bought it on this candle, but anyway, it ran up. I don't know. Oh, let's see. Well, I made on 100 shares. I made roughly almost $8. So 8 cents. So it went up. Yeah, that's right. So I bought it right around in here somewhere. Right around here in the 840s. And then it ran up. So I was like, okay, well, this thing, it's going to run, And then it started coming back down again. I was expecting for it to full on run up and just keep going. It ran up, pulled back a little bit, ran up again, and started getting rejected, and I let it go. I was like, all right, I'm not going to let another trade go negative on me here. And I didn't get in at the price level at the 828 that I wanted to get in on anyway, and so I was like, okay, just let it go. And so, I pretty much let it go flat and didn't let it go red on me. So you can see here, Sino, $8 or $4.50 plus $3, so $7.50. No commissions is a beautiful thing, isn't it? Isn't it? Okay. So yeah, that's my day. That was my day. Fun. Pardon me. Fun. So on CCIV, let's pull up CCIV here. Oh, CCIV's continuing to climb here. So CCIV, I had a level of 3756 on it. For whatever reason, I decided, oh, you know what? That's not a good price. I think I started averaging in at 39 something. I don't even know how I did that really. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Yeah. So I must have missed my entry here. God, I don't know what I was doing at the open. My entry was at 37.56. I missed that. And I was like, oh, okay, well, let me jump on the train here and started buying at 39 roughly. I was like, crap. It's going down. So then I was like, okay, look, it's starting to buy. I can see some bottom tails here. These are, kind of bottom tail looking, price support here above my price target. So I averaged in some more right here in the high 37s. I was like, okay, it's starting to recover. I can get to break even, or maybe even if this thing decides to start, gaining some support and running, I can get out of this thing profitably. And then no, and so I was like, I know this thing isn't going to tank today. I mean, I just know it's not, right? How do I know that? Because it is in breakout territory, and it's actually now that I've gotten out of it, it is going into breakout territory here. The way that I know that is because there's this. It's been putting up this beautiful. In fact, here, this right here is a beautiful bull flag, and then it broke out, right? And after it makes a move like this, it'll pull back. It'll pull back to somewhere around 50% of the move. And you know what? I can totally see where I screwed up my levels on this one. I can totally see when I drew my fibs on this one. I know exactly what I did wrong. I know exactly. Where's my fib? It's not there. So I drew. So this morning, I drew a Fibonacci on this morning for this whole move. I guess. Let's see. Maybe I didn't draw it to there. Maybe where did I draw it? To there, maybe? To there? Yeah, that looks about right. To there? No, to there, to there. I drew this Fibonacci incorrectly. And the correct spot to have drawn it, you'll see here in a moment. I'm willing to bet. Let me get rid of these. Well, I'll keep the lines up. Was to right here. I'll bet you. Right there. Yeah. The top of that breakout or the top of that. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So, I needed to chart the breakout, and certainly not the entire move. Just the breakout from this consolidation pattern here is where I needed to start my chart. My fib. So I placed my fibs incorrectly, and you can see here, if I'd placed them correctly, that would have turned out really well. So it opened below the 61.8 fib, and then the $37.47 fib, that's the 50% fib, and then the 38 fib, and it went to the 38 fib and turned right around. Tisk. So this stock is breaking out of a consolidation pattern. It's momentous. It's momentum-like. So, you know, I screwed it up. You know, wasn't just wasn't in the proper mode for trading this morning. You know, and part of being, you know, part of being a trader, a successful trader, is having a routine, and that is sleeping well, eating well, being healthy. You know, being present, mindful in your. You know, I just wasn't in shape for trading today. Now look at it; it's taken off. Look at it; it's beautiful. Let's take it off of the brush there. Brush. I'll get rid of the horizontal rays too. And so yeah, it's breaking out. It's in breakout territory, and look, it's really starting to skyrocket now. It's up to $45 a share. I was able to make roughly $1 per share, $1.05 per share, and 500 shares at an average of $38.76. So I'm leaving money on the table all over the place today, on CCIV as well as on SCKT. Just didn't, just not in the groove, not in the mode. You know, I would usually, I think that I've graduated into full trader mentality because I missed this, but I know there'll be another opportunity coming up soon enough for me to capitalize on. Everybody, I hope you have a wonderful day, profitable day. I'm going to call it a day here. Happy to go home with some money in my pocket, and I will see you all again tomorrow. Best of luck.